What is going on, everybody, man? King Recon here. You know, I was just sitting here and I was writing down my notes for my next video. I'm planning on doing a video for my top 10 favorite One Piece OSTs, but I don't want to use any of the soundtracks because I don't want copyright. So I'm sitting here thinking, I was like, man, how am I gonna do this? You know, how am I gonna end up doing this top 10 favorite soundtracks from One Piece without using the thing? I could always hum it myself, you know, on some To the Grand Line stuff. And then you guys would probably, you know, get which song I'm talking about. So I'll probably just end up doing that. But if you're interested in a top 10 One Piece OSTs video, let me know in the comment section down below. All right, because I've been working on it, man. I got my little thing right here. Yeah, we looking. I ain't trying to, you know, show the notebook right now because I got my list right here, but just know I'm cooking. We cooking, son, and I'm still looking at you guys' open suggestion box that y'all put on there, man. I'm looking at a lot of those vids, and I know you guys, a lot of you were looking for top 10s and top 5s. So I've been wanting to do a top 10 One Piece OSTs for quite some time. So I decided, all right, it's time. It's time to do a top 10 One Piece OSTs video. I just don't know how I'm gonna go about it. I don't know if I'm gonna do like me physically speaking to you guys, or if I'm going to, I don't know. I'm more than likely it's just gonna end up just like this, and I'll just end up, you know, just showing my face and talking to y'all about my favorite OSTs, maybe my favorite moments with the OSTs, whatever the case may be. But yeah, man, yo, I'm really pumped for this chapter, yo. And the crazy thing about it is, I've given the Viz translation around like 3 rereads, and because like the initial chapter from J-Box I read like 20 times. I know more than that. I had to have read like 30, 40. You know, it continues, man. Like just at random sections in the past 2 weeks waiting for this chapter to come out. I've been, you know, rereading it just at random. You know, just go on there and just skimming through, looking, getting hyped over the panels, getting hyped over seeing Mother flipping Kobe, man, getting hyped over seeing Shanks and Blackbeard and Kaido, and you're like, yo. And then, of course, over Luffy's bounty, man, the 5th, yo, the 5th, and there's so many awesome moments. It's such a feel-good chapter, and then, you know, with the Nami greatness, as my boy Chibi said, Nami now has a similar to a Pokemon ability with Zeus. It's really dope. And of course, the greatest was Sanji and his new bounty and his bounty poster, and then big news, Morgan's hyping up Luffy like it's Paul Heyman hyping up Brock Lesnar, man. It's great stuff, yo. It's great stuff. The Viz translation did a really good job with the Morgan's dialogue for that article. It was really funny, man, because I could like hear it in his voice in the anime, and the first time I read it, I was legit dying of laughter, man, because I was reading it on my phone. And if you get a chance, man, and you're subscribed to the Viz translation, read, if you haven't read the chapter already in the Viz translation, read it again in the Viz translation. Morgan's how he hypes up Luffy, bro. It's funny, bro. I'm telling you, it's funny. If you don't find it as funny, I apologize, but I was laughing really hard, man, because it reminded me of the anime, and I was, you know, now thanks to having the anime and having Morgan's voice in the anime, it makes a lot of this stuff much more funnier to me, because Morgan's has a really funny voice in the anime, man. I don't even know how to even, like, what do I even compare it to? Because I don't know if I can compare it to anything. He sounds right. He sounds the way he should sound. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, man, I'm really hyped for tomorrow's chapter. And I thank the heavens, man. I thank the Lord himself that I have not been spoiled. I thank God that when the that apparently when the spoilers dropped ASAP, they let me know on the Discord, yo, and I was like, we out. We out, coach. And I haven't looked at my feed on anything since, man. So I'm really excited. I cannot wait for this chapter to come out. The thing is with me at the moment is that I don't know what I'm gonna do. You know, I have a long shift tomorrow, man. Right now when I'm recording this video, it's still Thursday, and I have a long shift tomorrow, and I don't know when I'm getting out because 2 of my coworkers quit. And I might need to cover one of these shifts, and I don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow, man. Like it's gonna be like a mystery box for me. Like I want to get out of my scheduled time, but which would allow me to come home and at the very least be able to read this chapter tomorrow. Because if I don't get out of my scheduled time and I'm not able to read One Piece tonight, man, dude, I'm gonna have to read this chapter Saturday, son, because I'll be home Saturday. Like if they keep me all night, I'm not gonna get home until Saturday morning. So oof, I'm telling you, man, it's I'm really hoping, I'm really hoping that that the chapter either comes out the moment I finish this video, like it's like last time, like it comes out really early and I'm able to record it and at the very least have it there, and then I wake up like at 5 or 6 in the morning and upload it again. I don't know what I'm gonna do, man, because the One Piece chapters I mean, they've been consistent in terms of what time period they're being released, but I don't know, man. I don't know when it's gonna come out, so I don't know what's gonna happen, man. I don't know what's gonna happen. Like I really want to read it, but I'm like half and half, right? Because I want to read it before, like I want to read it, of course, so I can think about it tomorrow, you know, and have the video done already and whatnot. But at the same time, I also love having one of my One Piece chapters after work, because I'll tell you what, man, and for those of you who have a job, like you understand the feeling of like wanting to leave to go home and do whatever it is that you do, if you have something else, like if your job is like what you love to do, then more power to you. But at this current point in time, in my transitional point in my career, where I'm currently in this place just as a source of income until I find a job in what I truly want to do. You know, the main thing that I have is that I love my job. I absolutely love it, but it's not my dream. It's not my passion. You know what I'm saying? But so whenever I get off work, man, like I'm ready to dive into what I truly love to do, yo, and you know, get my stress relief out, man. I'm ready to get my awesome sauce in. So that's why sometimes I save One Piece chapters, even though I can do it the night before. I tend to save it for after work, so that way, you know, I have something to look forward to the entire day. Whenever I get off, I have that 30 minutes to an hour to myself to just talk about the best-selling manga in history, and that's why I like, you know, keeping that like routine. Sometimes there's an exception, like for the last chapter where everybody was telling me to live react, for whenever I knew Snake Man was coming. You know, there's a lot of exceptions to where like either there's an overwhelming amount of live reaction requests, or I know from the previous chapter the next chapter is going to be godly. Then I'll read it as soon as possible, you know. And this one I'm tempted, man. I'm tempted after, because this is the transitional part of the arc, and that's always when some hype stuff's going down. Reverie hasn't even started. I don't even know if Reverie's going to start, man. Like, I don't know if we're still getting bounty reactions. I don't know if the Reverie itself is gonna start. It could be both. We could go straight to Wano. I don't know, son. I don't know, and that's the great part about it. Oda has us like in this realm of so many different possibilities that could go down. And that's why it's so exciting, man. That's why it's so exciting. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but for one thing's for sure, whatever does end up happening, greatness awaits, man. Greatness awaits. I'm looking forward to just the overall experience, man, of what this is about to be, because like last chapter was just, it was so cool to me because I was able to watch so many different, for the first time in a while, I was able to watch so many different content creators for One Piece, because it's been a long time, guys, and it's mainly due to my fault and my lack of time management skills, that I've been able to watch a lot of like One Piece content creators, a lot of other ones, and see like what their thoughts have been on certain things and whatnot. But for chapter 902 or 903, I said 902. For 903, I made sure to watch a lot of other content creators and see like what it is that they thought over the course of the past like 2 weeks, and it was just really cool to me, you know, seeing how everyone else felt and seeing like everyone really hyped for One Piece. And it's always really nice to have like that big pool of positivity in the community, because I feel like that's when the weekly One Piece experience is at its best, when all of us come together to get hyped over the greatness, man. Like you look back on certain weekly experiences with us. I always go back to whenever Luffy first did Grizzly Magnum on Caesar, and whenever Zoro cut Monet, whenever Law cut Punk Hazard in half, because that was like the main, like the starting point of a lot of YouTube content creators coming onto the scene and doing videos. You look back on chapter 700, whenever Doflamingo first revealed to have Ace's Fruit, and it was going to be up in a tournament. Then you have Saba's Return in chapter 731. That was a massive one. That was a massive one, man. I remember watching a lot of videos for that one, and that was one of the only times in my entire YouTube career that or in my entire life, that like a thought of regret, because I'm not a regret guy. I try not to regret things because I feel like things happen for a reason. But I read 731 because I didn't think it could be any better than 730. And 730, I read it while I was in school. This was back when library actions weren't even a thing. I read 729 and I was marking out. I came home and recorded that in the bathroom. I'll never forget that, yo. 729 greatness whenever Doflamingo shot law. 730, I read that in my school library, man, and I did not get a flying flag, Nards, bro. I mean, yo, the Lord is my witness, man. I was marking out in my school library, man. Those were good times. Shout out to December 2013. And then I got home, and I remember that was the first time I got to meet one of my closest friends here on YouTube, a WoW King. We met because of that chapter 730, because I watched this video for that one. But when chapter 731 dropped, I'll never forget it because I recorded 2 videos back to back because I was at my friend's house. And I read this chapter. I read chapter 731, and I'm sitting here. I'm marking out. I mean, I'm losing my mind. I know I spoiled both of them on the Sabo reveal, but I couldn't hold it in, bro. How can you hold something like that in? You know what I'm saying? And I ran from all the way over there, all the way over here, man. I mean, I was sweating. I'm telling you, I was sweating. I closed that very door right there. I sat right there in the wall that I'm looking at, and I recorded like a 20-minute video about chapter 731. I uploaded that video, and while that video was uploading, I went on, I recorded another video talking about why I love One Piece, yo. I recorded 2 videos back to back. That's how serious 731 was, man. And I'll never forget, but after I managed to upload both of them, I watched so many videos on it, man. I'm so happy that so many people decided to do a live reaction to it. That's when King of Lightning still has one of the most iconic live reactions there with his F and Lucy. That's a legendary one, man. But yeah, it was really dope seeing everybody in the community getting super hyped for that. Remember another one that I wouldn't say it's low key, but if you guys remember how we received it in the community, whenever it was first revealed the law was a D, that was an interesting one to see everybody's opinions on here in the anime community. When Fujitora first dropped that meteor in chapter 713, that was a really cool one to see people's reactions to in the community as well. Let me see, and then of course Gear 4. That was I mean, come on, man. Come on, man. We spent 2 weeks theorizing. 2 weeks. 2 weeks, bro. Legendary 2 weeks right there. Theorizing what G4 was gonna be. I still have my chapter. I don't have my 784 reaction anymore, sadly, but I have my 783 reaction somewhere. Because I saw it earlier this year on one of my hard drives. Because there's still some videos I have saved. Like I have my chapter 801 reaction saved. That entire stream. That was a long stream I did for chapter 801, and then I have my my chapter 783 reaction somewhere. It's somewhere. I'll have to look for it. And on that drive, I have quite a couple old videos, man. But from the old channel. But anyways, yeah, the G4 greatness, and then freaking Kaido chapter, man. Still the greatest Facebook thread I've ever been a part of. We just spammed the Kaido meme for like 3,000 freaking posts in a Facebook thread. Just spamming the Kaido meme, man. Still the greatest Facebook thread of all time. That's a shoot. Shout out to the Kaido picture, man. And then of course 801 with the Sanji greatness, man. That entire all the Zoe stuff weekly was GOAT. But yeah, man, my main point is that I'm trying to get to is that the weekly One Piece experience is special because of moments like these, because of chapters like these, with like the transitional chapters and the Reverie in particular, and like seeing all the reactions to a moment like this, and Luffy getting his 1.5 million or 1.5 billion berry bounty. Is something I really can't wait to see. I can't wait to see what other supernovas are thinking of this. I can't wait to see what his fellow Straw Hats that are not currently with him are thinking about this. Can't wait to see what freaking Dragon thinks about this, man. I can't wait to see what flippin' you know, what the Goros say are gonna be saying. You know, they're gonna be hyping my boy up, man, and all the other kings, they're gonna be there at the Reverie. I wonder if they're gonna bring up, you know, now they're gonna have to bring up the subject of Luffy, but just wondering, you know, how everything's gonna go down, and how the entire situation is gonna take place. And yesterday or the day before, I recorded my Q&A, my Discord Q&A, and somebody asked me what is the #1 thing I'm most excited for in Wano and Reverie. And for Reverie, I stated that the number one thing I'm most excited for from a standpoint of things that I know is going to go down is Cobra asking them about, or Cobra asking, or just bringing up the conversation to everyone else there about the ancient weapons and about possibility about the voids, a possible massive information about the Void Century almost being being teased and almost being revealed to us. Because I still strongly believe that's going to happen, and that's the number one thing I'm looking. Well, that's the number one thing that I'm pretty like 99% sure is going to happen. The one thing that I want to happen, that I really, really need, just as a fan of just meetings like that and like clashes of clout, I would really love Dragon and Akainu, like just have a panel with the two of them, man. Just have a panel with the two of them. But yeah, man, it's just so many things to be excited for when it comes to the weekly One Piece experience right now, and I'm so blessed to be able to be a part of this right now, man. Like whenever, just as a YouTuber right now, and I'm pretty sure a lot of the other I mean, I can't speak for anybody, but pretty sure that if anybody's replicating the same feelings that I am at this point in time when it comes to the weekly One Piece experience, when it comes to other content creators, I'm pretty sure that some of the other YouTubers right now are really you know, thankful that they decided to create a YouTube channel because of moments like these and because of chapters like these. And it's dope. It's really dope just to have all of us, man. And I'm looking forward to seeing how tomorrow's chapter is going to be, because tomorrow's chapter is as good as last chapter. And it continues the string of awesome sauce, man. It's just going to continue to bring up more discussion and bring up more collaborations and whatnot, man. I'm still saddened that I wasn't able to do a collaboration myself. I mean, I joined King of Lightning's stream for 903, but aside from that, I wasn't really able to talk about the chapter on live, of course. Like I talked to some people outside of being live, you know, offline and whatnot. But in terms of being live, like that was the only collaboration I could do for 903, and for such a chapter of that scale, like I wish I could have done more. But you know, things happen. Things happen, so we'll see what happens here with the 904 awesome sauce, man. I really can't wait for the chapter to drop, yo. It's gonna be freaking beast. I don't know what to do, man. It's gonna be a call that I'm just gonna do on the fly, you know, regardless of whether I decide to read it or whether I decide to just you know, read it, because I don't even know if I'm gonna be awake whenever it comes out. But maybe I'll set my alarm. I'll set my alarm to like 6 in the morning. I don't know what I'm gonna do, bro. I have a long day tomorrow, man. We'll see what happens. Regardless of whether I decide to read it before I go to work or after, I will try my hardest to get One Piece out tomorrow. But if I don't, it's because I legitimately did not get home in time to read One Piece, yo. You know, like, so expect it either tomorrow or Saturday. But it should be a fun chapter, man. It should definitely be a fun chapter. After these transitional chapters are always so amazing, man. Like I was thinking back to like the greatness of Oda's transitional arcs, and it's incredible to me how Jaya is a transitional arc that blends so well into being the as like a Conan case would be like it's like a pre-arc to Skypiea. I mean, I know they're one saga, Jaya and Skypiea, but it's still also post Alabasta. Like it's a transitional arc, and you're getting all this information in there about what's going on in the world, like the legendary 100 million berry, or what? Yeah, 100 million bounty berry, 100 million berry bounty man chapter is in there, yo. With Luffy punching Bellamy and seeing Dofi and Ricky Kuma, man. And you're like, I lost my pen, yo. And then, you know, you think about the post in his lobby, think about the post Marineford. I need to make a video on post Marineford. That's another thing I have in my list, in my notebook, is a video about post Marineford, because that is one arc that I've grown to appreciate so much over the years. Whenever I first read it, you know, it was something that I really, really enjoyed, but I always put almost everything else over it, man. And over the years, it's just escalated in terms of my enjoyment for it, man. And I found that I've really loved the anime version of that arc too. You know, like volume 60 and volume 61, the first half of it, really is like it's an awesome enjoyment for that portion. And also my I have an issue of Weekly Shonen Jump, or a Monthly Shonen Jump from over here in the US, that has chapters 594 to 597 in there, and it's, you know, there's a lot of nostalgia with those chapters when it was coming out back then, 2010, 2011. In 2012, whenever it was coming out in the US Shonen Jump. But you know, there's a lot of nostalgia with it, but at the same time, I don't know, there's something about that arc that's not just nostalgia, man. Like, the post-Marineford was legitimately it was legit greatness, man. One of these days, I'll make a video on it. I don't know what kind of video, like I always say, I don't know what kind of video it's going to be, but I'll make a video on it. But anyways, I'm going to end this video. I just wanted to come on here and just talk to y'all about some awesome sauce, man. It's like a mini recons piece. Just getting hyped for tomorrow's chapter. I really, really cannot wait for this chapter, man. I know it's going to be dope. And it's going to be, it's just continuing this Oda's legendary transitional arcs, man. And I'm just thinking that Reverie's gonna be like a Jaya, bro. It's gonna be like a Jaya, like a Zoe. It's a transitional arc in a Wano, man. It's just filled with so much clout. We've been waiting for this for so long, man. And then my boy Dragon comes up in there in the cut, man. He's the 30th entrant in the Royal Rumble, and you're like, ugh. So we'll see what happens, man. I'll see y'all next time. Have an awesome day. I can't wait for tomorrow's chapter. Let me know, what are you most excited for in the upcoming Reverie arc? And I was asked that question yesterday in Discord, but I want to ask y'all, what are you most excited for in the Reverie arc? And would you be interested in a top 10 One Piece OSTs video? Thank you so much for watching. Have an awesome day. I don't know when I'm gonna read this chapter, but when I do, damn it, it's gonna be awesome sauce.